Assalamu alaikum, grade 3. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Inshallah, in this video we are going to talk about plants life cycle and how the plant spread from one place to another, how the plant reproduce and how it germinate and how the seed germinate. But before starting our session, let's say الدعاء اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا فأنت تجعل الصعب إذا شئت سهلا يا رب العالمين. اللهم إني أسألك فهم النبيين وحفظ المرسلين وإلهام الملائكة المقربين. اللهم إني أسألك قلبا خاشعا ولسانا ذاكرا شاكرا إنك على كل شيء قدير. What we are going to explore in this or from this lesson, we are going to explore plants life cycle, understand the meaning of germination and reproduction of the plant. Of course, everything in our life is mentioned in our Holy Quran, and even plants. All of us get benefits from plants. All of us eat it every day. In this video, inshallah, you can find out small seeds open its coat, and when the seed take the much water that it wants and open its coat and give a small plant, we call this germination. We call this process germination. Okay, but actually I can't open the video because of the copyright, so when I send it to you, you can open it as much as you want, inshallah. So, seed germinate. Once we give the seed the much water it needs, it germinate, open its coat and start to give us a plant, a full adult plant. Do you remember the different parts of the plant? You took it in grade 1 and 2. Start with the part that's under the ground, which is the roots, excellent, and then stem, the green part, leaf, and the adorable flower. Now let's play some games. Let's start this game. We are going to label parts of different plants, and maybe we are going to grow some plants with its needs. Here we have the dandelion flower. Can we just label the different parts of it? And we have another different kinds of flowers and of plants, of course. This yellow beautiful part is called the flower, and these long part that support the plant up high is the stem, and the green part is the leaf, and the underneath part is the root. Let's check. Yes, it's correct. Okay, we can try another kind of plant, which is the chestnut tree. These green part is called the leaves, excellent. And this white flower. And this strong part that's for supporting the plant, it's the trunk. Trunk is a kind of stem that's really hard and thick, and the underneath part is the root. Of course, we all know that the start of any plant is its seed, and we have so many different kinds of seeds that give us so many different kinds of plants. Can't we sort those seeds and see and find out which kind of plant will it give us once it germinates? Let's sort them. Is it dark black? Yes. Dark black one. Let's germinate it. Give it more. Let's germinate it. It give us black turtle beans. Is it dark red? Yes. The seed germinate. Can't you see it while germinating? It gives us red kidney beans. Is it cream all over? Yes. This is the cream all over. The seed germinate and give us an adult plant of butter bean. Is it cream with a black patch? Yes. It germinate in the soil and give us black eye beans. And about the green one, the seed germinate and give us green lima bean. Exactly. Here we, of course we all know that water and light are very essential for plant growth. For growing a plant, water and light are very essential needs, and even air, I'm sorry. Now, this is like the project we did in our book. We are going to plant a seed and note its growth or monitor its growth for 4 weeks. Every day we are going to give it 1 spoon of water and then measure its growth using the ruler. Let's check. We give this seed 1 spoon of water every day for 4 weeks. Can you see it germinating, giving a young plant, then the young plant is growing to adult one. After 4 weeks, we measure it using the ruler and find it's 15 centimeters. Let's plant another one and give it 2 spoons of water. The seed is germinating and growing. We are going to measure how tall is it, or its length, or its height. Using the ruler, 20 centimeters, let's give it 3 spoons of water. The seed is germinating and give us young plant, and the young plant is growing to adult one. 26 centimeters. Let's see if we give it 4 spoons of water every day for 4 weeks. "24 centimeters." So it starts to grow less or decrease its growth rate. Of course, because overwatering the plant will kill it. As overwatering us as human, if you keep drinking water, you will just feel tired, or maybe you'll throw up all of what you drink or all of what you eat. Exactly, the plant is a living thing, exactly like us. If we give it extra water, or if we overplant it, or if we overwater it, it will stop growing and maybe die. So we find out that 3 spoons of water is the better or the best for plant growth. Now let's return to our session. And we understand the meaning of seed germination. Where can we find seed? Think about it. Have you ever found seed while eating a part of a plant? Exactly. We find seed inside the fruit, like in case of watermelon, pepper, fig, apples, cherry, kiwi, grapes. We can find the seed inside it. And somewhere else, inside the flower, excellent, like the sunflower and the basil. Can you guess which part of the plant will turn to fruit? Fruit doesn't grow by its own on the plant. There is a part in this plant that will turn into fruit. Guess, guess, guess. Excellent, is the flower. The flower after a while grow and turn into be a fruit. And here we have a video for a strawberry flower that turned to a strawberry fruit. Now we know that seeds are found inside the flower and fruits. The process by which seed form a young plant or open is called germination. The process of spreading seeds to germinate into a new plant is called reproduction. When the seed is spread and give us more and more plants, this is called reproduction. This link for a new code game, I'll send it to you to play. Okay, and here we have the dandelion flower life cycle. You can watch it and you can find it in our book, page 186. Here we have different stages of the dandelion flower life cycle. And life cycle, by the way, is all of the stages of the life of the plant in a circle, in a cycle motion like this, in a circular shape. If we have different stages for plant growth, like germination, when the seed open, adult, the plant that the flower that has seed inside it and can make more and more flowers, reproduction, increase in size, increase in number, death, young adult and seed, and so on. If we start this life cycle with seed, what will come next? What will happen to the seed to give us plant? Germination, excellent. The seed open up and give a small plant, and this is germination. After germination, young plant. The plant will grow. After germinate, it will grow into a young adult plant, and then adult. After it becomes an adult, it reproduces, and after reproduction, it will eventually die. Let's order them in a cycle in page 187. Those are the seeds. Then the seed will germinate, germination, the seed open and give small plant, and then young adult, it grow to a young adult, then adult, and after the adult it will reproduce, make more plants, reproduction, and then death. These steps in cycle shape or circle shape will be repeated over and over again. All of those stages repeated over and over again for the plant to keep being there on earth. And we call this life cycle. Let's move to session 2 in plants life cycle. These fields start out with a single dandelion flower, but over time the field is filled with yellow dandelions. Think about how this happened. We can watch the dandelion flower life cycle and to see how dandelion plant is spread. But think about it. The dandelion is spread in the field. How did that happen? It happens because of the seed. Exactly. Can't you see the seed is flying from the dandelion flower? Those seeds fly of the dandelion flower by its parachute. Can you see its parachute-like structure? And spread all over the field and germinate and give us plant. So it's the seed that spread out of the flower by air and germinate in the field, open up and give plants. Seed spread and germination is called reproduction, increase in number of the plant. When the flower is able to give seeds and seeds spread all over the field and make more plants, we call this reproduction. and the field end up with this beautiful scene. Subhanallah. In this video, we can see the different way of spreading seeds. Does the seed only fly out of the flower? No, there is so many ways, but unfortunately I can't open it in this video because of the copyright, but I will send you this presentation and you can open it and see it to make things more easy for you. But inside this video we will find different way of spreading the seed, which is one is by the wind, like in the case of the dandelion flower, when the seed fly out of the flower by its parachute, by the action of the wind, of course, maybe through water, can float in the water and move from one place to another, like the coconut palm. Also through animals. Animals eat fruits, and when they eat fruits, maybe they drop the seeds all over the place or spread them. Humans, us, we may spread seeds by our hands to make more plants. And insects, like the bee and the butterfly, when they are eating nectar from the flower or taking nectar from the flower, some of the seeds stick to its body and they spread it all over the field. So those are the ways through which seeds spread all over the field. How is the seed formed from the very beginning inside the flower? We said we can find the seed inside the flower, and eventually this flower is gonna transform to a fruit, and inside this fruit we also can find those seeds will still stay inside the fruit. So how can this seed form from the very beginning? Does it form by its own? No. Haven't you ever seen this yellow powder, yellow sticky powder inside the flower? This yellow powder, which is inside the flower, is called the pollen. Does all of the flowers have this yellow powder? Of course no. Also in flower we have boys and girls. We have daddy flower and mommy flower. Daddy flower has those yellow sticky powder, and when the bee came close to it and start taking nectar from the flower, this sticky yellow powder sticks to its feet and its body, and then it fly away to another flower. Maybe it's gonna be mommy flower, a girl flower. Those pollen fall from the body of the insects to the mommy flower, and the mommy flower can make the baby plant, which is the seed. So there's a yellow powder, which is called pollen, inside the male flower or daddy flower. When it moves to the female or the mommy flower, it forms seed. And who moves this pollen? It can be the insect unintentionally through eating nectar. While it's eating nectar, this powder sticks to the body of the insect, and when this insect moves from one flower to another, it moves this pollen with it, and the mommy flower can make the seed. In page 188, we can find what's pollen and what's pollination process. We said pollen is the sticky yellow powder you see on a plant. And pollination is the process that occurs when pollen is moved from one plant to another. What about pollinators? Pollinators are the animals that move pollen. And pollen can also move in other ways. Here, can you see this bee eating nectar? And the pollen sticks to its body and it moves unintentionally to another flower, so the other flower can make the seeds. And here, hummingbird get pollen on their beak and face. Then they carry the pollen to other plants in the pollination process. So this is a pollinator. We have a hummingbird pollinator and the bee pollinator. Seeds need a room to grow. Birds eat the seeds, then they release the seeds in their dropping as they move. This is a way of seed spreading. Some birds eat the seeds in their mouth and they drop it while flying. Some seeds can fly with a wing-like shape, like those seeds. And do you like to blow a dandelion seed? When you blow it, actually, you spread the seed everywhere, and even through the tumbleweed. When the tumbleweed moves, it collects seeds inside it and spread it everywhere. In this video, you can see the pollination process and how the yellow sticky powder pollen move from daddy flower to mommy flower in the pollination process, and how this pollinator, which is the insect or a bird or whatever, is very important for the plant to make its seed. So now we know the seed can travel from one place to another through 4 different ways, which are wind, animals, insects, humans, and water. And we know that pollen is the yellow powder that inside the daddy flower or the male flower that help in formation of seeds. Pollination is the movement or the process when pollen moves from one flower to another for seed and fruit to form. And who is the pollinator? Pollinator is the animal that moves this pollen. We did this role play at class. We gave you flowers. Some of you like to be mommy flower, others like to be daddy flower. And we took Mrs. V and Mrs. Butterfly and moving pollen from daddy flower to mommy flower in the pollination process, of course unintentionally, for mommy flower to make the baby seed. So now in day 3 we know the meaning of life cycle, we know the meaning of germination, we know from where we get seeds, how can it forms, what's pollination, what's pollen, who is the pollinator, and this is the aim of those 2 sessions. Thank you so much for watching the video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.